Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. For today's video I have these Rosalind Polygels. These are 80ml tubes. They're super big compared to the tubes that I've tried before. Here's how their packaging looks. Super simple, very straightforward. I chose the colors clear and white just because these are probably one of my faves, especially they're clear. It's super clear, it's not cloudy or foggy, and I absolutely love their formula as well. I feel like they're super easy to work with. I never had any issues with their products. And the best thing about their products is that they're also very affordable. So here I'm just going to go ahead and quickly just unbox these real fast. So first here we have their clear polygel. As I mentioned, these are 80ml tubes. Here's how it looks. This is probably the one that I use most from Rosalind, just because it doesn't foggy up or it just doesn't, get cloudy. So I really love the clear for encapsulating anything. So here's how all of the polygel tubes look side by side. Here I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the size difference between each and every single tube. We have their 15ml, their 30ml, their 60ml, and their 80ml tube, and you guys can definitely see there's a difference there. So I went ahead and pushed back my cuticles and removed any dead skin around my nail plate. Then I went ahead and placed my peel-off base coat underneath. After that, I'm going to go ahead and adhere my nail tips with some top coat so they're able to pop off later on. I only plan to keep this set on for 1 week. I went in and pre-shaped them, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So here I'm applying 91% isopropyl alcohol into my dapping dish. I'm going to be using this 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚍𝚍, I believe, brush here. It's just a round brush, and here's how the comparison looks to my regular polygel brush. I feel like when I use a bigger brush, I'm just able to work faster, so that is why I'm switching to that brush that isn't intended for polygel, but it worked pretty well for polygel. And so here are the 3 colors that I'm working with for today. We're going to be using the Rosalind White, Rosalind Clear, and the Rosalind Nude. I'm going to be using these tubes. I'm not using the bigger ones just because I want to finish these before I, open the other ones that I already know that, I know how the colors look. They look the same, so, I'm still going to go ahead and first use these. So here I'm grabbing some of their clear. I'm going to place it onto this little sort of paper from my forms here. I'm just going to go ahead and place my white. So we're going to be creating a white and clear marble. Then we're going to grab a little bit of that white, place it right onto that clear onto the paper, just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and grab a little bit more clear. You want to use a more clear than the white if you want to create this sort of marble look. Then I'm grabbing a cuticle stick here. I did apply a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the end of the little wooden stick. Then I'm going ahead and just mixing that up. Using the spatula end of our polygel brush, we're just going to go ahead and pick that up. Place it right onto the nail. Again, using a spatula, we're going to go ahead and pick up that rest. Place it right onto the nail tip. Then using my polygel brush, I'm going to go ahead and just pat this into place. Very carefully just maneuver that around. Try your best that when you mix the polygel to create that marble, try not to mix too fast because you can create bubbles. So just mix them very slowly using that wooden stick that I showed you guys earlier. But yeah, when creating this marble, it's super fast, very easy to do, honestly. Doesn't take a lot of effort to do, and I overall was very happy with how this design turned out. So here I'm just patting into place. I'm not really making sure that I'm building apex or anything. I'm just making sure that I first fully cover the entire nail using this polygel here that I placed there. Once we're done with that, I went ahead and, not cured, we're going to be using these foil flakes here. I already went ahead and cut them up into little tiny pieces, and then using some tweezers, I'm just going to go ahead and place them right where I want them to be. Again, make sure you do not cure the polygel just yet. And I'm just going in and just placing the foil right onto the uncured polygel. Once you have your foil placed where you want it to be, grabbing your polygel brush and some isopropyl alcohol, you're going to use that brush to go ahead and just pat the foil into place, making sure that it doesn't just stick up anywhere. Once you have that done, then you go ahead and then cure this for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to grab a very good amount of polygel, and we're going to place this right where our nail tip and our natural nail met, and this is going to be where our apex is going to be placed. So I'm going in and gently just pushing some of that back towards the cuticle. Make sure you don't flood that. Then right about here is where we have the most polygel. So that's where it's going to build the apex for us, and we're going to make sure that we don't touch that part of the polygel where it's placed. Otherwise, it's not going to build the apex for you. So here I'm just going to gently push that towards the sidewalls, making sure that I fully encapsulate the whole entire nail. Here we have the highest part again. Make sure you do not touch that. It's going to build the apex for you, and that is where my apex is going to be placed. Now gently, just right about at the tip and where we have the polygel, we're going to go ahead and pull some of that gently towards the free edge to make sure that I encapsulate the rest. And that's basically the easiest way to build your apex. Just very gently, just drag that out, pull it towards the free edge, cover that very gently. Here I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a better closer view of how this is looking. And we're just going to gently pull and pat that into place, and that's basically our apex is done. I'm going to pull this towards the other end here to make sure again that I encapsulate the whole entire nail. And here I'm also making sure that I wipe my sides to maintain my shape so I can avoid as much filing as possible. And boom, here you guys have it. I'm making sure that I again wipe my ends and just make sure that my free edge is very clean. Once you're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and then cure this for 30 seconds in my lamp. And so that is it. That is basically the easiest and fastest way to build the apex, and here's how it looks. Here I'm going to be grabbing some of their nude polygel, place it right onto the nail. Then we're going to go and gently push that back, push it towards the sidewalls. Again, we're going to push this towards the other end of the sidewall. Once we have that, I'm going to go ahead and just gently drag that polygel towards the free edge to just flatten that out and cover the entire nail. Here we have this bubble. All I did was just drag it out and boom, it's gone. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue filling that free edge. Once I'm done with that, I went ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. We're going to go in with a little bit more of this polygel again, just because I wanted a little bit more pigment. And so yeah, here I'm going to grab a little bit more, place it right onto the nail. I do want to mention that the first layer was cured. I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm totally like just trying to finish this video. But again, here I'm just going in, pushing that towards the sidewalls, making sure you know it's a very even coat. Then once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and just drag that polygel towards the free edge to just fill the entire nail. Then I went ahead and cured this for 30 seconds. After that, I did go ahead and encapsulate it. But like I said, I forgot to film it, or I don't know if I lost the footage. But yeah, here's how that looks. Here, we're going to go ahead and create the marble again. We're grabbing some of that white and some of that clear. Mixing that around with our orange wood stick. Picking that up with our spatula, then placing it right onto our nail. Then we're just going to go ahead and pat that into place. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy watching the rest of the process. I will be back shortly to go ahead and go over the process of the ombre nail, but since I already went ahead and went over how I created the design, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and enjoy watching this part of the video, which is some music. Now I'm going to grab a very small amount of the white, place it directly onto the free edge, pat that into place, and we're just going to go ahead and kind of just go halfway up the nails. And we're just going to now gently go in and just kind of pull a little bit of that polygel very gently towards the center or towards the middle of the nail tip only. Just very gently just drag that up. Try to just pull a very small amount of that. Once you have that, I'm going in and then curing this for 30 seconds in my lamp. Now we're going to grab a small amount of the nude color, place it directly onto the natural nail, push that back gently towards the cuticle and towards the sidewalls. Then gently we're going to just drag a little bit of that polygel to meet where the white is so we can create our ombre transition. Now I'm going to switch to my polygel brush because it's smaller and it's easier to work with. We're just going to go ahead and gently pull some of that product towards the white there to create our ombre. This color was a little bit translucent, which isn't what I thought it was. I thought this color was a little bit more opaque, but it isn't. But I still managed to make it work, so yeah. And I ended up loving this color either ways. But here I went ahead and cure that, and we're going to go in with a little bit more to add just a little bit more color to that. Again, we're just going to go ahead and gently pull some of that towards the white there. Here I left this in real time so you guys can see how it's working. And then here we're just going to go ahead and pat that and then gently pull some of that product towards the white there. Pull. Then once you've pulled that, I'm going in and just patting that down. Pat. You guys can see I'm just patting and swiping. Once you're done with that, I'm going in and just cleaning up my sidewalls, and then I'm going to go in and then fully clear this for 30 seconds in my lamp. Here you guys can see I'm pulling still and patting just to make sure, you know, that ombre transition looks very clean and it doesn't look streaky. After that, here's how all of the nails look. Again, I did forget to mention this, but each and every single nail I did go ahead and encapsulate with a clear polygel, and I built the apex. I just don't know why I hadn't filmed it. I don't know if I missed the footage or I totally just forgot to film. But here I went in with 91% isopropyl alcohol to remove that tacky layer and a wipey. Now we're going to grab our metal hand file here, and I'm gently going in and just crisping up my sidewalls here. Very gently, just make sure that you taper those sides in. I did create a tapered square look. I don't know if you guys can tell. I was thinking of doing square, but then I decided let's just do tapered square. And yeah, here's how they are looking. I'm going in and just tapering my sides a bit there and just crisping them up. Now I'm going in with my extra fine coned bit. In this bit, I use it at 5 RPMs and I'm using it in forward. And I basically use this bit to see the cuticle area, remove any sort of polygel that got on my skin or anything like that. It just works perfectly. Look how that apex is looking. Here I'm debulking as well at the free edge, just very gently making sure that I get that crisp shape. Here I'm also debulking, and then I'm gonna go here and just taper the sides a little bit using this bit. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna continue to do that to each and every single nail. And so here's how the nails look after filing and buffing. Now I'm gonna go in with my glossy top coat, apply this to only 2 of the nails, which are the marble nails. Then on the rest, I'm going in with my Model 1's matte top coat, and just look how beautiful this matte looks. Super gorgeous. Now we're going to start by doing our 3D flowers. I still haven't done a tutorial step by step on the 3D flowers, but I will try to get that done soon. Hopefully by Friday or maybe the following week I can try to get that video up. But here I'm basically just using the polygel, using the silicone tool to make the indent to create that little slit so it can look like a petal, just like so. Once I have that, then I go ahead and cure each and every single little petal for about 30 seconds in my lamp. Here you guys can see I'm just forming my little petal the way I like it to be, and then boom, we'd go ahead and then cure this. I would also like to mention that this design or this set wasn't created by me. I started off a TikTok video. I will be sure to leave credit to the person. I forgot to mention earlier and I just remember now, so I thought it's just important to, you know, let you know that I didn't really create the set. I just took the picture and I really liked the set, so I wanted to go ahead and recreate it. But here I'm creating some more little petals, kind of making it like a ring flower sort of thing. And then here I'm going to be going in with these gorgeous gold rhinestones. I'm going to place a little bit of them onto this plate here so I can just pick them up easily. And so here's how they look. They're super gorgeous, and I'm also going to be using my Rosalind top coat glue, rhinestone top coat glue, and I'm using a dotting tool to pick this up. And I'm just going to place a little bit of this where I want my rhinestones to be, flash cure it into place. Again, placing some of that rhinestone glue, placing it everywhere where I'm going to place the rhinestones, and then just adhere them directly on there. I then went ahead and cured it for 60 seconds, and that is basically, I highly recommend that rhinestone gel. It's amazing. I've been having this set on for at least 2 weeks, I think now. We might be going on 3rd week, I'm not too sure. And the rhinestones haven't popped off. They're doing amazing. I tried popping them off with like my finger, and yeah, they don't pop off. Usually when I apply them with like a top coat, they just pop off. Even if like I'm just trying to take them off with my like nail or something, they just pop off. But this rhinestone glue is amazing and I highly recommend it. And yeah, that is it for today's set. I hope you guys enjoyed today's set. It's super gorgeous, very elegant, and I hope you love this set. I've been wearing it for, like I said, about 2 weeks. I chose to do this set because I wanted to do something very cute, very simple, very elegant looking for Easter, and this is what I decided to do. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, don't forget to like this video, leave me your suggestions down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, and thank you guys all so much for joining me today.